All right, thanks, guys. And following Wednesday's sports wagering action, we're now 4-0 in our last 4 board member tier package bets on BrockPage.com. And if you want to access today's board member tier package bet, the link for that play is in the description section below. Just remember, guys, if you sign up for my board member tier package here today, you're actually going to get access to that membership every single day, all the way through the end of April. And as a bonus, when you sign up for the board member package, you're immediately going to get full access to all the cheaper memberships on my webpage, absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. You're going to get access to every single bet that I give out on that website. Now, guys, we currently have over 870 folks who are signed up and active on my website right now. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll explain a little bit more about it at the end of the video. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA action. We're going to start off with the Heat taking on the Hawks Game 3. And that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off on Friday, April 22nd, 2022. Now, Miami's -1.5 with the total at 221 and a hook. Now, the Heat's up 2-0 in this series, and most of that is thanks to Jimmy Butler, who's averaging 33 points a game in the series, along with a handful of boards and 2.5 steals. Now, Butler's also been real good from three land as well. He's actually knocking down 56% of his three-pointers in the postseason right now. Meanwhile, teammate Duncan Robinson, he's making a staggering 89% of his three-pointers in this very series himself. 13.5 points a game for Robinson off the bench. And all those three-pointers really shouldn't come as a surprise, as Miami currently leads the entire NBA in offensive three-point percentage. Now, defensively, on the other end of the court, there may not be a tougher defensive team to go up against in the East right now. Miami's allowing only 105 points a game when they travel, and they're actually leading the association in guarding the three ball. Now, they're taking on an Atlanta team who lost 6 out of their last 10 against Miami themselves, and they've really struggled getting on the scoreboard in those ball games. As a matter of fact, Atlanta averaged only 106 points a game in their last 10 meetings with the Heat. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. As far as this season's concerned, well, the Hawks just haven't been playing good enough on the defensive end of the court. These guys are actually in the bottom 5 in defending the three ball, bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage as well. When it comes to the injury report in this one, Williams is questionable, Capella's still out. Now, total-wise, 6 out of Atlanta's last 10 meetings with Miami did fall under the number. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. They're also 8-1 to the under in their last 9 ball games this season. Meanwhile, Miami went 10-8 to the under against divisional opponents this year. I'm going to lean toward Miami -1.5 and the under 221 and a hook. Next ball game, Bucks Bulls Game 3, and that's going to be an 8:30 Eastern start time. Now, this series is all tied up at 1 game apiece. Milwaukee's -2 in Game 3 with the total at 223.5. But despite how good they've been lately, it actually looks like Milwaukee's going to have to go to work without their second leading scorer, Chris Middleton. He's got a slight knee sprain and may miss a few weeks here in the playoffs. And speaking of the injury report, Hill and Portis are also listed as questionable for Milwaukee in Game 3. And even when they're mostly healthy, the Bucks have had their difficulties on the defensive end of the court on the road this year. As a matter of fact, the Bucks are currently in the bottom 10 in the league in road points allowed per contest. Now, more specifically, Milwaukee allows more third-quarter points per game than any other team in the association right now. They're taking on a Chicago club who actually plays their best basketball in the United Center. They currently rank in the top 3 in the league in shooting from the field at home as well. DeMar DeRozan scoring 29.5 points a game in this series. 7 assists and 2 steals for DeRozan. Now, DeMar's also been perfect from the foul line in the postseason as well. Meanwhile, Nikola Vucevic, he's averaging 15 big rebounds a game in the series, along with 24 points a night. And when it comes to rebounding the basketball in this one, the Bulls are actually in the top 10 in the league in defensive boards per contest. So not a lot of folks talk about Chicago's defense, but these guys definitely getting the job done with regard to rebounding. Now, injury-wise, Thomas is questionable for Chicago. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, Hill and Portis once again are questionable for them. And of course, Middleton battling that knee injury as well. Now, total-wise, Milwaukee's gone 12-6 to the under in their divisional contest this season. Meanwhile, Chicago went 15-3 to the under against the Central Division themselves. I'm going to lean towards Chicago +2. And the under 223.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Suns taking on the Pelicans, Game 3. And that's going to be a 9:30 Eastern start time. Series is all knotted up at 1 game apiece. Now, Phoenix is -1.5 on the road with the total at 216 and a hook. Now, the Suns are not going to have Devin Booker at 100%. He re-aggravated that hammy injury in Game 2. Actually, it looks like he's not going to play. Having said that, though, I still think Phoenix is actually a better team than New Orleans, even without Booker, just the way these rosters line up. Now, Chris Paul, he's still averaging over 23 points a game in this series, along with 12 assists and 50% shooting from downtown. Now, CP3 is also perfect from the stripe in the playoffs right now. Meanwhile, DeAndre Ayton, he's grabbing nearly double-digit rebounds a night in the postseason, along with 15.5 points a game. And in addition to going a staggering 32-9 straight up on the road this year, the Suns are currently in the top 3 in the league in guarding the field goal. They're taking on a Pelicans team who doesn't shoot it all that well themselves. And as a matter of fact, New Orleans is in the bottom 10 in the league in offensive field goal percentage themselves. Now, they also rank amongst the worst in the league in three-point shooting as well. And in addition to having a losing record in the Smoothie King Center this year, the Pels are in the bottom 3 in the NBA in second quarter scoring. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, the Pels saw just about 60% of their ball games this season fall under the posted number. Now, 2 out of their last 3 at the Smoothie King Center also fell under the posted total. Meanwhile, Phoenix went 8-2 to the under in their last 10 themselves, 4-1 to the under in their last 5 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Phoenix -1.5. And the under 216 and a hook. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are currently 4-0 in our last 4 board member tier package bets following Wednesday's sports wagering action. I'm going to lean toward Miami -1.5, under 221 and a hook. Chicago +2, under 223.5. And with my next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to lean toward Phoenix -1.5 and the under 216 and a hook. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're actually going to get access to that content every single day all the way through the end of April. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I give out on that website, you're going to want to sign up for my board member tier package. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on brockpage.com is actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday or Friday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.